Hi, everybody. Hey, got a couple questions about the task number one. So I thought I would do a quick little video on, I think the first two problems, I think is what I will do. So hopefully you're seeing my screen okay. It says using SSS and SAS to prove triangles congruent. Okay, and here's the example. This is just an example problem. It says mark the congruent parts of the triangles based on the given information. Decide which postulate proves the triangle is congruent. Write a congruent statement. If no congruence can be determined, write NC. And so then up here, I was given some stuff. PR, segment PR is congruent to ST, and that's what makes these tick marks happen here. Then it says angle PRT is congruent to STR. That's why these arc marks are here. These are called arc marks. And then if you notice, there's this double tick mark thing. Well, what the heck does that have to do with anything? Well, the reason it's double tick marked is because this side is a side of the triangle on the left, and this side is a side of the triangle on the right. So now listen to this statement. Sometimes I'll get some kids say, well, that's obvious. Well, you need to state it in geometry when you're making explanations. So this double tick mark is just signifying that TR for the triangle on the left is congruent to TR for the triangle on the right. And that's called the reflexive property, which hopefully came out in the videos. So that's why it's double tick marked. Okay, so then I look, and my only choices are SSS and SAS. Since I don't have all three sides tick marked, it can't be SSS. SAS will work as long as that angle is included between the other two sides. That means in between. So notice that this arc mark is in between this side and this side. That's included. Is this arc mark included between these two sides? Well, yeah. Here's the arc mark. Here's this side, which is tick marked, and this side. So this is a good example of SAS. Now, another piece that's very critical is that you have the correspondence in order. What that means is this. They gave me RTP. So R has to correspond to the right letter in the other triangle. Well, if I go to RTP, notice that R has an arc mark. That has to correspond to the angle on the right that also has an arc mark. So T has to come first. T comes second in RTP. And notice T in RTP is almost this right angle looking thing. Well, that has to correspond to the right angle looking thing in the other triangle, which would be R. That's why R comes second. Since T and R have been used, S has to come third, but let's just check. P is this angle down here in the lower left corner, and that looks really similar and congruent to this angle up here. So it's checks for us, and that's why that corresponds is what it is. Let's look at the next one. It says mark the congruent parts of the triangle based on the given information, then write the postulate. Well, everything is marked as far as the sides. There's no angles to mark because I don't know anything about the angles, but is three sides of one triangle being marked congruent to three sides of another triangle congruent? Is that enough? Yes, it is. Okay, so now my only task is to get the correspondence in the right order. Okay, so RST. So R, it starts with R and then it goes down the double tick mark side. So RST, I need to go down the double tick mark side. So I think I'm going to go KL. So here's my K right here. Sorry. You have to deal all year long with Fiedler's handwriting. That's supposed to be a K. And then here comes an L. Sorry. And then the last one is M. Okay. Oh boy, that's going to be a circus, isn't it? Okay. M. And feel free to laugh. I love it when students laugh at me. It happens all the time, according to my daughters. All right. So KLM. And then my reason is going to be S. And they look like fives. My S's look like fives even when I'm writing on the board. You're probably thinking, how am I going to make it in Fiedler's class? You can't even write. You will. You will. All right, so there it is. Okay, let's do problem two. I'm almost done. I was just going to do problem two. I got to try and get rid of this stuff. Hopefully this is an eraser. It is. Okay, and then here comes problem number two. All right, so what do I have? Okay, well, it looks like I have two sides that are tick marked and one side that's not arc marked, but they have the right angle symbol. Isn't that just like an arc mark? Here's a right angle symbol here and two sides tick mark. I have nothing to mark on this one like I did in that earlier one. Remember the example, the reflexive property? You had to actually mark that. Okay, so now is this side angle side? Was this angle included between these two sides? It certainly is. Is this angle included in between these two sides? It certainly is. We're all ready to go. Okay, so triangle, they start with T and TAN, and then they go down the single tick mark side. So I'm going to start with B, and that is not an option. B has to come first. And that's supposed to be a B. All right, and then A comes next. So T, oh, no, I'm sorry. I think I might have said it wrong a second ago. They start at T, and then they go down this long side that some of you may know is a hypotenuse. I have to go down this side. So O has to come second. I'm pretty certain I said that wrong. I'm not going to redo the video. I hope you're still listening. And then N is the right angle. D is the right angle. So TAN and BOD, BOD, tan and BOD. All right. And then my reason, side angle side. Now I'm done showing you guys examples, and I certainly hope that helps. Please jump on to the last minute of our Zoom today, or come tomorrow with questions about this. Would be great as well, because we'll be going through questions that look just like that tomorrow. However, I do want to look at the next one. Now, just real quick, I'm not going to do the whole thing. But notice there are two tick marks for each triangle. There's a double tick mark and a double and a single, but nothing else is marked. You can't just mark this side just because you think it looks the same, because you don't know it's the same. However, there is something up here you can mark that you know is the same. This angle right there, in fact, I'm going to get my pen back out. This angle right here is, and this angle right there, they could have arc marks. Why? Because they are vertical angles. So there's some that you're going to see that you can mark, and there's some that you can't. There's nothing you can mark because you don't have enough information. And you say NC. Down here, you say NC, no congruence if you don't have enough information. Hope that helps. Thank you.